I call the member for Redlands.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. 2018 had a pretty rough end for many in central Queensland, and 2019 has had equally a really tough start for those in North Queensland. So from my community to everybody else's community in Queensland, our thoughts are with you as you go through the recovery process. It was also a tough ending for one of our Redlands families. We lost the beautiful little Tom Beattie, taken at the age of 8 years, from the insidious disease that is brain cancer. We did a lot of work last year in fundraising for brain cancer in our community with all of our schools, our high school and our primary schools all came together. So to Andrew, who was Vice Principal at Victoria Point State High School, Trish, Shanna and Owen, and all of their family and friends, I offer my sincere condolences and the condolences of all of our community on the loss of Tom. He touched many people in our community. In exciting news, at the end of November, we had governing from the Redlands, which was a fantastic opportunity in November to celebrate our spectacular region. I'd like to thank Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk and the entire Cabinet for governing from our beautiful region. We did unfortunately have to scale back a little bit due to the bushfires, so some of the events and activities did come back. That also had an impact out in our area on Minjerribah, on North Stradbroke Island, with the bushfires out there. And can I congratulate again the Premier and Minister for Crawford for their leadership as the devastations have come out across Queensland. The Indigenous Rangers did a fantastic job in terms of their guidance and stewardship throughout the bushfires on North Stradbroke Island. Their knowledge of the land, their custodianship, helped make sure that we managed those bushfires in a really wonderful way that it protected our communities. And the Rural Fire Brigade, the SES units, Redlands SES units, who are up in Townsville at the moment helping out, were also fantastic at the back end of last year in those emergencies. Our QAS and local ambulance committees were fantastic as well in terms of sharing their knowledge and making sure that our communities were planned and prepared and ready for the worst case. During governing from the regions, we had visits from Minister Miles. We visited the Redlands Hospital and we announced our plan for the hospital car park, which is critical to future upgrades of the hospital. We also looked at the sites of where our emergency upgrades are about to get underway with construction, and the maternity wards as well. With the Premier and Minister Bailey, we announced that the state government was in moving forward would be funding the free inter-island ferries for my communities in the southern Moreton Bay Islands that do it tough many times. So that was really fantastic news. And we also visited the Anita Street intersection on Cleveland-Redland Bay Road, and I'm really excited that that piece of work is happening for us. Minister Fentiman also visited and worked with our small businesses, which was great. And in the domestic and family violence front, we also got some really great work with Maybank and our crisis accommodation out there. So all round, we had a really fantastic time in governing.
Time has expired.
Thank you.
I call the member for Hill.
Mr Speaker, I rise